Nerderotic.com.
We're getting right to it. Time is of the essence. Welcome to the Super Chat Square Up. My name's Gary. Coming to you from Nerderotic and Nerderotic.com. I am currently in San Diego, North County. It is currently dark outside. And Mrs. Nerderotic is going to be home within the hour. And haven't seen her for 2 weeks. But we've got time to answer some questions here. We're also going to mix in some toxic mailbag. Again, it's kind of out of order because everything is piled up. So we're just going to piece through it when we can. So Not Another Dime. This is from Friday Night Tights. We had John F. Trent from Bounding into Comics on this Friday, which you'll be seeing this on Friday morning. We got Kurt Metzger coming on later. Jeremy will not be at the show for a mysterious reason that we will disclose later. That's kind of awesome to Jeremy. Not Another Dime for $1.99. Thumbs up sticker. Thank you. And then for $99.99, he says, there are 4 lights. Everyone have a great Friday Night Tights. It even rhymed. That is a beautiful thing. Chris Flanagan for $20. I read Mr. Trent's article on Batista's Twitter rant. I own a Hot Toys MCU collection. The more goons like he and Ruffalo talk, the more I want to destroy it, I'm guessing. I know Gary did this with Star Wars. Does anyone else feel this way with their stuff? Thank you. Absolutely. I am 1000% turned off by Marvel. I have no desire to collect anything from them right now. And when I saw the Avengers go to the Biden thing, and quite frankly, and I don't know if some of you like this or not, I would feel the same way if they went to a Trump thing. Now, honestly, if they went to a Trump thing, I would see them as being brave. But I want my shit. Marvel doesn't belong in this shit. It doesn't, you do not, I don't know how, I don't think Stan Lee would feel great about his characters, and I can fucking promise you Jack Kirby wouldn't have felt that great about it either. I highly doubt that creatives like seeing their stuff used like this, but they're kind of used to seeing their stuff, because it's not theirs anymore, unfortunately, being just hoarded out for this shit. And yeah, it does affect it. Honestly, I get more, I get more enjoyment out of getting the DCEU Hot Toys, which I am currently collecting right now. I got my Henry Cavill Superman. I've got my Ben Affleck Batman. I'm going to get me a Gal Gadot Wonder Woman and a Jason Momoa Aquaman when I feel like it's a good time to, right now, I'm not buying any of that shit. Right now, I'm not. But if and when I can pick up the collecting again, it's not like I couldn't right now. I just don't feel like it's a very responsible thing to do, to be honest with you. But when I feel like it's a responsible thing to do, once again, I will get DCEU characters, quite frankly. Because they right now it's more interesting to me. I lose interest when I see. I would love to have the Guardians. But I'm just completely turned off by it right now. Maybe like Chris Pratt, but Star-Lord is just Chris Pratt. I like the Hot Toys that look like the Marvel characters from the comics. I wish Hot Toys would do a comic line, to be honest with you, and not a movie line. Dread Pirate Mikey, thank you for the phallic unicorn. I appreciate it. Phoenix Tangent for $2. Congrats to Odin for the baby. Congratulations, Odin. Odin is a papa. That is awesome. Nikki D for $5. Did you guys think the MCU will be as popular as it is today 5 years from now? No. It peaked. It will be popular, but quite frankly, it's getting a little stale. And Disney won't recognize what's making it stale and won't do anything to fix that unless one of the rumors I heard was true, which was basically a contest of champions, which would be interesting. I have to say that would be interesting, but that's like a gimmick that's kind of going for broke. No, I don't think the MCU will be as popular without Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Robert Downey Jr. Tom Holland, you want to know what my biggest problem with Tom Holland is? He looks British. Sorry, but he looks British. He doesn't look like a kid from Queens, New York. And he's too cool looking. Darth Bredicus for $5. Oops, forgot one Ryan got Johnson, but not Johnson Cannell. Forgot one Ryan got Johnson, but not Johnson Cannell. Okay, Darth Bredicus. We'll just call Ryan Ryan Johnson. Maybe. Strange. Fat Steven Seagal beat up Pablo Hidalgo for 2 Canadian pesos. Supposedly, Jeremy doesn't like to be thanked. Oops. Supposedly. I can understand that. It's awkward because we're just fans. We're just fans. I'm just a fan. And I think Jeremy, I don't want to speak for him, but I don't want this shit to go to my head. It's dangerous for me. I'll be like, when I owned the comic shop, that shit went to my head. Straight up, it went to my head. I got a fucking massive ego about it. And, it became part of my like identity, right? It really became an integral part of my self-esteem. And when it was gone, it crushed me. And I don't want to go through that again. Plus, like, I am not a comic shop. It was a comic shop. It was something I was very proud of, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. But the second time around, I would recognize the mistakes of it. Like, I am just purely like, my opinion doesn't matter more than anybody else does. There was a time I thought it did. Okay. And I don't, I really don't. It stopped being fun once it started becoming, how I identified. Like, I wasn't Gary anymore. I was comic shop owner. Like, yeah, it was a huge mistake in my life, and a mistake of youth and hubris and ego. And, I just don't ever want to go through that again. It was a miserable experience. It really was. J Pat for 2 Canadian pesos. In season 3, MM and Starlight will hook up. Maeve and Starlight will hook up. Didn't I read this one? I think I did. I absolutely think they will. Yes, I think you're right. Shauna Bass for $5. Just throwing some cash for the epic rant. LOL. Thank you, Shauna. Bless you. Az has fucking epic rants. By the way, subscribe to Az, and if you can please do me a personal favor, give his videos a like and a share. I think I'll be honest. Well, I'm always honest with you. I think I know Az is saying that he's being shadow banned, and I think technically he is. And I think it's part of there's some kind of algorithmic change that has happened. Now, I haven't put up a video in the last 3 days. I've got a video that's doing very well, but it's on a different subject. And I think entertainment right now is just kind of running flat. And I don't think YouTube is favoring it. I think their algorithm's dumb. So it just favors certain things at certain times. And right now everything's hyper focused on the election. So I don't know if I don't think it's recommending entertainment stuff right now, because I just think entertainment stuff in general is down. But if you could give Az an extra watch and a share, and do the same for Geeks and Gamers and Comics Division, everybody on Friday Night Tights, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Even if it's like you've already seen the video, watch it again, keep it on in the background or something like that. And listen, I know there's a lot of up and coming channels, and you're hearing like these are YouTuber problems. I know, right? But from one YouTuber to the others who are out there, it doesn't really change very much from like 200,000 to 100,000 or even 50,000 to 100,000, you still feel like you're one video away from being ended. And I think we all have to keep in mind, and I have to keep in mind, that I am absolutely grateful for everyone who has supported this channel and everybody who hangs with. And again, if it stops tomorrow, we've got our own little clique over here, whatever it is, and we could just entertain each other, and that's fine. And if it doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. Nothing lasts forever, but I got to be sure to enjoy this now. This is why I quit my job. I just had a feeling. And I'll explain this. I had a feeling. This was in late 2018. I was still working at Tesla. The channel was growing, and I was working my day job, making a couple of videos, and I can't even remember how I did that now. Well, I did videos a little differently. I was just doing videos on articles, and my videos are, I think, a little more than that now. They take more work. I know that for sure. But that being said, I saw the growth in the channel. I saw I was making, a couple bucks, and it was great as side money. Oh, it was awesome to have a little extra side money for the first time. And I can't even remember, since I worked 2 jobs basically. And I said, wow, this could actually do something. I'm going to try it. So fortunately we were in the position. I'm like, hey, Mrs. Nerdrotic, I want to do this thing. I want to try to see if this channel works out, and I want to give it 6 months. So I'm going to quit this awesome job at Tesla. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just go get another job, because I'm a journeyman parts seller. I guess parts person is the best way to put it for auto parts. I know multiple car lines. I could figure it out in a week. I could get hired anywhere as a parts guy. It's not a job I hate. I've gone back to it twice. It's not my favorite job in the world, but it's like a skill, and I'm very grateful I have that skill. And, when I was at Toyota, people were trying to snag me away from Toyota forever, and Tesla finally did. They found me. I wasn't looking for them. So I was fortunate enough to have this job that I know I could go back to somewhere else. Yeah, I'd be getting less money, whatever, but it's worth the try. It's worth a shot. So let's try this fucking channel thing. And it worked. So far. Orif for $4.99. Nodding Lady is well-known immigration attorney from Miami. Good luck to anyone wanting to tangle, find, dox her. Yeah, don't mess with Nodding Lady. Don't mess with Nodding Lady. Bierman for £5. Yeah, both starts with good intentions and ends with, and it ends where it ends, Gary. Absolutely. And I was saying, a lot of the stuff we see out there starts with good intentions, like everybody's against racism. Nobody wants people to call 911 for racial reasons. That's fucking ridiculous. And if you do it, you're a tard. And I think they have 2 whole stories of it. And then San Francisco decided to pass the Karen Act, which will put somebody in jail if they call somebody for 911 for racial reasons, but that could be subjective. And I don't know. San Francisco burglaries have gone up 42%. Home invasions are up 40%. 54% of the businesses are gone, yet they're passing fucking virtue laws. Virtue laws. This is why we're in the shape we're in. John Levine for $9.99. I'm partway through writing a superhero novel, and this is bleak. Book publishers are super woke now. No one's going to want to publish it unless it's about thinly veiled leftist social commentary. Don't even bother getting it published. Go on your own at this point. And if you really believe in it and it's a quality book and you think it holds up really within your soul, you think it holds up, I would my recommendation is, follow your dream, make your book. And if you're making it for you and you don't want it to, you don't care if it makes money or not, then make your fucking book, go for it. But if you really want it to make money and you want to compete with the big dogs, take the time to get it right. If it means another couple of years, means a little more practice, that's what I would recommend you do. John Maxwell for $5. Quick question. If given the chance, would any of you go into space? Elon's treat. No. Now, if I was single, maybe. But I hate flying. I hate flying. Going into space would not be fun for me. I'm good with the video. I think other people would, though, but I wouldn't. I'll ask the panel, though. Jason Smoot for $20. Hail, Gary. I apologize if this has been covered. There's no need to apologize, Jason, ever. But what are the chances of you playing Among Us with the Geeks and Gamers crew? Would have been epic if you were there in the last stream. It would have been epic if I was there in the last stream. Unfortunately, I had already committed to a live stream during the day, and I cannot commit to 2 live streams off channel in one day. It's impossible for me. Because I have IRL stuff to do as well. I have responsibilities as a papa. But yeah, I definitely will do it. It wasn't for lack of desire. I wanted to do it. Thank you, Jason, for the $20. So we'll make it happen again. Eric K for $2. Wonder Woman Gal Gadot is pretty. Testing super chat. She is very pretty. Eric K. She is very pretty. And and you're not supposed to be super chatting. You're wrenching, dude. Thank you, though. Benedict Barnes for £10. Remember when entertainment was about escapism and making money and not about brainwashing you? I miss those days. God, I do too, Benedict. But now they're platforms. They're powerful platforms of influence. Andre Rembrandt for 179 Swedish krona. Lord of the Rings is the last line in the sand of fandoms. You will regret disgracing Tolkien's work. This hole has no walls to climb out on. Hail Nerdrotic and all the rest. No. There will be nowhere they can run, nowhere they can hide. If you fuck with Tolkien, it's on and it's over. Zidane Star Shadow for $5. Fun fact, my old middle school friend's dad was a drapist, and I played Halo 3 with the dude. Ugh. God, you never know. And we were talking about that. I mean, like, ooh. Yeah, I have my high school best friend, JD. I brought him up from time to time. I think he lives in Portland. I don't know if he's still there, considering what's gone on. His sister committed the only murder in Carlsbad. Murders don't happen in Carlsbad that often. And back in the 80s, they never happened. And she committed the only one. And funny thing, I was just talking about her. She's out. It happened so long ago. She got out like 2 years ago. She did her sentence. She says she didn't do it. I mean, I knew Sherry. Sherry Dale was her name. Was she capable of murder? I'll tell you what, the Sherry I knew wasn't. She was a party girl. But meth can do some crazy things. And Sherry lived a rough life. She had a horrible mom, horrible dad. I'm sure she was abused. She rolled with some really bad people, like really fucking bad people. Same people I was rolling with. Did she do it though? I don't know, man. I want to say, I wish it was no, because I like Sherry. I did. But Sherry gave me my first hit of acid. But she's out now, so I hope she's staying away from the dope. Bill Atwood for $5. The world needs to see Az in clown makeup and wearing a handmade outfit. Bill, we'll see. The 30th is coming up. Hail Az. Jonathan Aldrich for £5. Az has shown how wearing a wig masks has gone to an extreme. Rob Slevin for $5. How many kids does Odin have since starting Friday Night Tights so far? Just one, but he's working on some more. Break here for $5. I can't breathe. It's the damn mask. I know, right? Jamel 2012 for $10. I'm the one who defended the Stormfront fight. I meant that it was better done than the Endgame one. Yeah, I probably was, especially since everyone had a reason for being there. I see the SJW crap though. Almost quit after episode 7. Gotcha. Yeah. The Endgame was more contrived. I agree with you there. Grand Wazoo 42. Thank you for the phallic unicorn for $1.49. Drake is 6 for $2. Killer combo. Regeneron with Congo Chaser. Ah, good. John Joseph Gray, is that 5th or 5th? No, 6th? No, 4th. No, what's IV? 4th, I think. $4.99. Hey, Jeremy and everyone, I found an interesting video. The uploader is named Blaz TV. The name of the video is Ted Cruz Explodes on Twitter. Is it Blaze TV? Like Glenn Beck's Blaze TV? I don't know. I know Crowder's with Beck and everything. They hired him. I think they hired Young Ripa. If they do that, then they have my support. I like Young Ripa. I'll keep my opinions to myself about that for various reasons right now, but not forever. Columbus Banker Bob for $5. Archer on FX is awesome and definitely not woke. No, it is not. Yes, Archer is pretty good. At least it was in the early days. I haven't seen it lately. Human Kirk for £5. Hate Star Trek Discovery. Don't get mad. Get back and enjoy science fiction you missed. Any love for Red Dwarf, Babylon 5, even Cleopatra 2525 is better. What are your tips? I just watched old Doctor Who. I haven't seen Babylon 5. I haven't seen Red Dwarf. And I have Red Dwarf. I plan to see that one. That's the one I plan to see. Right? Blake 7, somebody got me onto that. That was fucking awesome. What are you guys' favorite Halloween movies? The Halloween theme or just scary? There aren't many Halloween themed movies. Nathaniel Larson. What I watch around Halloween when I want to be spooked out, or I watch The Shining, I watch Nightbreed. I like 80s schlocky horror, Creep Show, stuff like that. That's my thing. Return of the Living Dead. Fucking love that entire era. Modern stuff, I'm not that, horror's okay with me. It's got to be really, I don't know. I'm really picky when it comes to horror. I'm not a horror fan. Like, I like some of it. Tom's the big horror fan. Now, I used to be a horror fan. No, I'm just kidding. What are some of the good creepy movies that are modern that I liked? Not many. I like The House on The Haunting of Hill House, that season 1 was really good. The Haunting of Bly Manor, couldn't finish it, but I heard people liked it. But as far as movies, my go-to around Halloween are Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's one of my all-time favorites by Coppola. I dig Nightbreed, like I said before, The Shining. I don't even like the movie Halloween that much. It's like, I love John Carpenter movies, but Halloween's like not my favorite. And what? I'm going to think of something later. I'll think of something later. Sid FFX for $5. Finally, a little supernatural love. Anybody watch The Last Kingdom on Netflix? 3 seasons so far, and it's a good rat. I heard it's pretty good. I'm going to start embarking on newer things because I just need to see if there's other shit out there. Because right now, The big stuff isn't very good, so we have to start digging. Red Dwarf is absolutely hilarious. Red Dwarf is, it's legendary. I'm not going to, I can't say I've watched it, but I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they hated it who watched it over all my years. I can't remember it. 369 Garion, thank you for the $2. James BT 2000, $4. Thank you for the Cup of Joe super sticker. Timothy Wolf for $4.99. Streaming is the key, but they are really waiting on deals for the big screen. Even if bigs die, some will always be profitable. Yes, but are movie theaters sustainable after this? That's the question. I think they are. We'll have to see. I think things could, is there a potential things could just go back to normal in a year? Yeah. Yeah. Tell you what, though, it's going to be very, 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 very hard to sell the pandemic after March. I think people are willing to buy it because the flu season is going to uptick, and people are still scared by these numbers, and people are still getting it. But dude, they're getting over it in 2 days. Yes, there's ICU rooms filled sometimes, but not to disastrous levels. It's here. Okay. So it's here. It's not going away. It's here. We got it. We're fine. We're seeing that most people are getting through it. And that's probably my wife. So I'm going to have to pause. Wow. What was I talking about? I got interrupted. Something about the COOF. Well, open businesses, let people go back to work, protect the most in danger, and let's get on with our lives. But we're all going to have to wait until springtime unless certain things happen. So there was a debate tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I missed it. I was on the Exozone. I'll probably watch it again, or I'll watch Crowder. Crowder had 125,000 people watching him live. That is amazing. Sister Haro for $5 Australian. Wait till Disney can't pay its debt and share prices goes down. Bye-bye. Yeah. Lady Gravemaster's on top of that stuff. On top of that stuff. Adios, mouse. Police brutality for $5. Hey, Gary, love listening to you guys at work and hope to see you more. And you will see, I think you've seen a lot of me this week, although I haven't put out a lot of videos. God, I've only put out 3 this month. I've been live streaming like crazy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll make the announcement here. So there's going to be a third Nerdrotic channel. It's going to be comprised of clips from FNT and Nooners. And we're going to bring on a couple of people. I think Lady Gravemaster said 7 or 8 had submitted their work, and we're going to take a look at it. And I don't know, maybe we'll use like an army of people. Of course, we don't ask anybody to work for free, but we'll see how it goes. And I appreciate everyone who has submitted. Thank you all. And sorry it's taken so long. We will handle that this weekend. And I'll make the official announcement tomorrow. Because I'm going to be more on a set schedule. Well, hopefully it was going to start, it was supposed to start in October. It looks like realistically it's going to start December 1st. We need to get people up to speed and everything. But yeah, so Nerdrotic Nooners are on time and stuff like that. That way that'll actually free me up to make more videos and get these reviews done that take all kinds of time. But it's fun. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But yes, we will be making content because I love it. Death Pale Rider for $10. Hail all, love Friday Night Tights. When are you doing another Among Us? Love the other night. Hopefully soon. Thanks. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Fat Steven Seagal beat up Pablo Hidalgo for 2 Canadian pesos. Come to forehead. That's 5 head. That's 5 head. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. I denounce all forms of racism, including BLM. I will never apologize for being white. Nope. I will never apologize for things I did not do. I will take responsibility for things I've done. All right. Modalicious for $5. The follically challenged, such as myself, have an excuse to have a noticeable dome. When one's reflection glistens, one notices others' cranial endowment. And that's all it is, a cranial endowment, says Modalicious. Pod Racing Palpatine for $4.99, £4.99. Hail Gary and the Friday Night Tights team. I have a confession. I have been crossing the streams. Here's a little cheddar for lifting my mood. Never cross the streams. Never. Nah, that's right. Larry for $2. Anna, that Star Wars girl on Friday Night Tights. Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is contact the producer. That's why we hired her. Eric K for $2. I denounce fanny packs or man purses or man buns. Man buns. The Jester of Sin for £2. I denounce man buns in all their forms. Thank you. Thank you. D Mark for $15. Just wait, Gary. Soon as you will realize that it's just not San Francisco that you need to escape. It's California. That's what I'm doing. I hope you watched my last video. Morgan for $5. If Biden wins, that is the last free election in this country. The social media companies have already shown what they will do. I agree. I'm saying this, listen, I'm saying this objectively. If I truly thought Biden was winning, I would tell you that, just based on what I've seen, and I've done nothing scientific, there's no way he should win. There's no way. Just based on what I've seen in past elections and, turnouts and rallies and stuff, like, Obama was a popular president. You might not like him. I certainly didn't like how he turned out. I was hoping for the best and expecting the worst, as I do with all presidents, by the way. That isn't just unique to Obama, but Obama was a popular president. That's undeniable. So all of a sudden, a guy's winning who can't get anybody at his rallies. Please. So yeah, I agree with that. And we'll discuss it on Friday Night Tights based on just simple things like suppression. There's evidence everywhere out there. And this is why I'm very happy to be free of partisanship, because if I see it on either side, I would call it. And right now, it's pretty obvious where the problem is. We'll just say that. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. Sounds to me like, Gary, some of your fellow Americans have gone insane. Yes, absolutely, Jonathan. There has been, I think there is something to what, I don't know if it was the architect who said this or Mr. Smith in The Matrix. I think it was Mr. Smith, Agent Smith, when he said, when they first put the people in the battery pods, that they gave them this really wonderful, comfortable life, and they outright rejected it because humans need challenges. I mean, it's wrapped in our DNA to go out and hunt and stuff. We did it for thousands of years. So when we're just absolutely comfortable, I think it gets to some people. That's why we work. That's why, we have projects and hobbies and stuff, because if you sit with yourself too long, you can go insane. I've done that. That's why I always try to keep myself busy. Always. Jonathan, what did they say? The idle mind is the devil's playground. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. No, thank you. Vanya Secundas for $5.45. Thank you. She's channeling Daniel Day-Lewis. Derange. Yes. That was this video. Hang on just a second.
People in history,
Ooh. My Lord. Did anyone happen to see my 5 roller coaster donation? My 5 roller donation, says John Joseph Gray V. I hope so. I will take a look. I will most definitely take a look. Thank you, John Joseph Gray. Disabled vet wondering if you've read my short story intended for comic. Terry Slaughter for $5. Did you email it to me? I haven't read it yet, but I'll take a look at it. I will go back and take a look. Thank you, Terry, for sending it. I appreciate you. 860 saying God for $2.99. Thoughts on Hugh Laurie playing the Doctor? I would love it. Absolutely love it. Be all for it, as long as they erase the canon from the Timeless Children. Surprise mechanics for $5. Former Mexican Secretary of Defense was picked up in LAX with drugs and money. Nah, and it's a day that ends in Y, and the sun rose in the east. Police brutality for $5. How do you think the Biden emails will affect the election, especially this late in the cycle? Adversely. And what's actually helped that police brutality is the social media and big tech and mainstream media suppressing it. You guys are going to probably hate this, but I'm going to hearken back to a Harry Potter book with Dolores Umbridge. And yes, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I am not ashamed to say that at all. I kind of like what J.K. Rowling is saying right now, but I do realize that a lot of the people who are turning on her are people cultivated by her. I understand that. But I have a connection with my kids with the books. The books themselves are not woke at all. So in the 5th book, in the Order of the Phoenix with Dolores Umbridge, she was pretty much running around Hogwarts, putting with an iron fist, working for the Ministry because the Ministry was trying to cover up that Voldemort was back. Not that they were covering up for Voldemort, but they didn't want to believe it. They were scared. And so they were trying to discredit Dumbledore, and they took over the school. Great. So this was, I believe it was left out of the movie, but it was in the book. Harry did an interview with the Quibbler, which was kind of like the Inquirer of the Wizarding world. And Dolores Umbridge banned that interview, which absolutely guaranteed that every kid read it in Hogwarts. And before that interview, kids weren't believing Harry by saying Voldemort was back. They said he was a liar and he was an egomaniac. But then when the interview got banned, it legitimized it. And then all the kids started believing Harry, and it was all Hermione's idea. And she knew that if it got banned, that everyone would read it. Well, that's the same fucking thing here. When they banned the New York Post article, it guaranteed even the most slightly curious partisan would read it. Cap'n Day After Day for $5. Star Trek needs to go back to its roots. Boldly go where no man has gone before, and when you get there, someone's waiting for you. Yeah. They're not going to do that. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 2, which I reviewed today, and it's on this channel. I just posted it, as a matter of fact. Yeah, somebody's waiting for you, and it's contrived storytelling these days. Star Trek they need to take that show. You know what they need to just go forward. No more fucking prequels. Take a Picard or a show. You know what you can do? You don't need to jump ahead 20 years. You can just have a ship that that goes out right around the time that TNG ended, and it goes on a 5-year mission on somewhere in some quadrant, and it's never going to have any interaction with the TNG crew, and you just move forward, and everybody want to, bring the TNG crew in, but no, you just go forward. Just focus on that crew, get everybody to like that crew, and I think it would work. And you go back to that aesthetic. Orville has proved it's right, but it's too late for this. This is all for nothing, man. Kurtzman's done it. Black Tiger 001 for 2 Canadian pesos. Wonder Woman confirmed to have a Brazilian. Cool. Yeah, well, I kind of assumed she had a Brazilian considering what she's wearing. Tom Brown for $5. As our British American friend, we all love you. Our British American friend. I'm going to tell him you said that, Tom. That is great. The Hiking Viking for $5. The Doctor literally has a living Time Lord daughter traveling time and space. Imagine if instead of regeneration as a woman, they wrote a Jenny show. I know there was plenty of women they could have written about, and they didn't because agenda came first. Apple Enemies Minion, the truck driver for $10. Hello, panel. Hope all are safe. A few dollars to help you with the move. Thank you. Hey, Gary, your gift is finished. Hey, Az, I found your Batman. As soon as I have finished it, I will get it to you, and I will pass that on to him. Thank you for joining the member streams. You're awesome. Nova Brannick for 100 rubles. Venture Brothers got canceled. I know. What a great show that was. Authors were spending 3 years per season to make it great. It's funny and has heart. Yep. And hopefully we'll get some kind of a special or something. Brett L. for 5 Canadian pesos. Seinfeld and the Brady Bunch are getting trigger warnings in Canada now. True North News is just reporting it. What? That is fucking insane. Kibakins for £2. Gary, favorite fantasy weapon? Love your show. It's a basic bitch answer. Andruel, the Flame of the West. But my favorite name for a fantasy weapon is from A Song of Ice and Fire. It's a battering ram called Joso's Cock. All right. There we go. Rick Sanchez, PhD, or Dr. Dirty Sanchez, $4.99. Jeremy is a balding Homelander who hates the prequels and wishes for more WokeTube. He told me so during a conference call with Hunter Biden and Female 007. Hashtag me too. There you go. Jeremy will not be on the show. He will be in an undisclosed location, and hopefully he'll call in. Dolified for $10. Hail Friday Night Tights. Good to see new Daddy Trent on the panel. Support independent media bounding into comics. Also, get the Fandom Menace Volume 2 by Fandom Menace. Coffee Enema Historian, the author, Stephen Walton. Nice plug. There you go. Big Worm for $5. Hail Friday Night Tights. Great show. If you got to gaming live in YouTube, you're number 1. You'd be number 3 on live, but for some reason you're not listed there. LLP. Big Worm. Oh, explain. Am I? So, Hail Friday Night Tights. Great show. If you got to gaming live in YouTube, you're number 1. You'd be number 3 on live, but for some reason you're not listed there. Live long and prosper. I'm going to look into this. Lady Gravemaster, please look into this, and I will look into it as well. Eric the Red for $4.99. Anyone who says that there would be no wars if women ran the world has never been married. Exactly, dude. But a lot of people saying that haven't been married or in relationships with women. There would be war like you've never seen before. It would be bloody, it would be cold, and ruthless. Gerard Garvin for $5. I'm offended that not every Irish character is played by Liam Neeson. Also, TikTok draft now. I almost for shits and giggles wanted to get a TikTok, but then fuck the CCP. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. BLM led by white guys. They must be hypocrites. Well, I think Sean King. Yeah, there you go. Jonathan Aldridge for £5. Gary, look at the bigger picture. If the bees go extinct, humanity will be extinct in 10 years anyway. Oh, maybe. I don't think they're going extinct yet. But it is a sign. Yeah, that's not good. It's definitely not good. But then we'll just have murder hornets, and we'll have to get honey from them. That'll be fun. Blue Boy 5 for $5. There is a bust of Cleopatra that was made for her when she was in Rome. She had all of the Macedonian stereotypes. Definitely not black. No, there were Egyptian leaders that were black. It just wasn't that one. Okay? There was lots of different kingdoms in Egypt. Author Stephen Walton seems to be pretty up to date on that. There was the Old Kingdom and the New Kingdom, and there's huge differences. Now, a lot of archaeologists say the New Kingdom was the most sophisticated, but I would argue that there were kingdoms that have been forgotten that were much more sophisticated, who built things like the pyramids, which are much, much, much older than they say they are, and so is the Sphinx. Wizard Bees for $5. Movie Bob got fired. How will he achieve the superior fuchka now? Well, on his own. On his own. That shit can be hard. Ian Slater for $2. Jeremy, I mean for buying to meat for what? Jeremy, I mean for buying the meat for Hamill. I have no idea what you just said right there. This is why we got to read some of these live. We're gonna try to work on something with that, folks. Yeah, I've got an idea. That I think is gonna work. It's gonna take somebody with some technical savvy. I got a little bit, but I really need, like an engineer, honestly, at this point for this show. And I think we can do that. I think we can actually pull that off. Ryan for $5. My ex-wife likes 2016 Ghostbusters. I never saw it. And keywords, ex-wife. Ex-wife. My ex-wife. There you go. Yes. My first wife hated comic books. That's why she was my first wife. Ex-wife. X-Ace Furry X for $5. As Don't Be Stingy, share the link of TDS Karen and Hot Girl. Oh, he did, and that was a huge hit on the show. Zero the Hero for $10. Big tech corporate consolidation is far more dangerous than government now. Don't fall for the whole private company nonsense. These people buy politicians. Biden is their man. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I am all for free enterprise and companies, but that's a conundrum, right? Because the companies have gotten so big because we've made them that big. So we can sit there and say, but I can't stop, am I going to stop using Amazon? I might have to at some point, because it's pretty easy to stop using Amazon. You just stop using Amazon and go to a store and stuff. But it's this convenience, and we've created the monster, and what do we do? And when they want to back somebody, man, that's their man. Yeah. Biden is Wall Street, Silicon Valley, Hollywood. Do we want these people running the country? And this is a battle. That's not going to be over with one election, folks. So I don't want anybody to get discouraged. And people are going to be. And the thing is, it's always been up to us. All right, we're going to go to Nerdrotic Nooner now. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have time for the Inquisition. I'm sorry about that. I truly am. So that will be the first one on the next Super Chat Square Up with my apologies. So let's get to the Nooner. Jury Nitpicker, $9.99, a Nerdrotic prayer. Hail Gary full of coffee. How do you not have to go potty? He's never late, but arrives when he does. So quit your bitching and listen in for some nerdrotic wisdom. Hail Gary. Wow. Thank you. Thanks for having my back there. Yeah. So why are the live streams always late? Well, that's why I hired a producer to kind of help with that. It's been a couple of months. We're still working on getting a process going that works. But basically, here's how I used to do live streams. I used to, about a half an hour before they started, I would sit down, grab a couple of articles, and just wing it. And listen, it's not that different from what I do now. I try to focus on 3-4 stories at the most, and I'll see where the conversation takes me. It could sometimes I go way off script, which is just in my head, by the way. I don't write anything down, and then I got to change my thumbnail. But yeah, so the process is I get a couple articles, decide who's going to be on the thumbnail, and it has to be something within my wheelhouse, like what I talk about, what has brought people to my channel. And sometimes there isn't anything there. So I just talk about whatever I want to talk about. But, you know, for example, the last Nooner I did, I was going to talk about a couple of articles from San Francisco, the Chris Pratt situation. So I have to look for a picture of Gavin Newsom. And each picture, I mean, I think about this. I don't just pick random pictures. So I want you, whoever I am whoever I put in the thumbnail, I want you to kind of get a feel of how I feel about them represented in the screen grab that I get. Understand? So Gavin Newsom's kind of looking like this. That kind of lets you know how I feel about the situation. Chris Pratt is just looking fucking slim and great and awesome. That lets you know about how I feel about the situation. Gina Carano's got a pair of sunglasses on. That lets you know how I feel about her. I have Mark Ruffalo with the googly eyes. That lets you know how I feel about him. And then, of course, there was Michael Burnham. And I'm sure you all get that, but that process 15 minutes to an hour. Then I set up the live streams, put in all the links, think of a title. Sometimes I can sit here for half an hour thinking of a title. And then I put in the tags and stuff. And I love doing all this, but it just takes time. That's all. Hopefully, you know, someday soon some of that will be taken off my hands, but you know, it's so much of this channel is just right here, and there's no plan or writing or anything. It's difficult. But I'm continuing, you know, we always can improve. I can always improve. And I really do want to have the Nooners at a set time and you guys not waiting. They start on time. That's what I'm moving towards, and it will be done eventually. It will be done. We've mostly done it with Friday Night Tights. I mean, sometimes they start an hour late because we get to chit-chatting, and, you know, I'm still setting everything up, like the OBS and adjusting windows and making sure the sound works, doing my little checklist, and yeah. So I'm learning on the fly, like everyone else. So, you know, but we listen, we hear you. I hear you, and we are working towards that, and I appreciate you guys waiting around and having good fun with it. And please give me as much shit as you want. It is okay. Arturo Espinoza Garcia for 50 Mexican dollars. After all is said and done, how much has Disney messed up pop culture and overall, and how much has Disney gotten messed overall? Well, we don't know the answer to that. Like, Disney's hurting. There's no doubt about it. And some of it is out of their control. But this is why you don't spend half of your board meetings on diversity. This is why you might want to spend a minute or two on crisis management. Wish I had the echo effect. I wonder if I do on this thing. I probably should check. I might. I have this. And I have this. If I go over there, if I go to sounds.
You know, times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
What? Were you saying something? Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I've got a couple more I'm going to add tonight. It's hard to get those in because none of us stop talking. Azure Panda sent email and Patreon message. Check your P.O. box if you haven't since last week. Have a good one. Did you send the sourdough bread? Because we got it. Thank you, Azure Panda, for $5. Because that was the time-sensitive one. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, Mrs. Nerdrotic went and snagged it. You're awesome. All right, this is from another Nooner. Runaway Siren 940 for $2. Notice me, senpai. I don't know what I just said there, but you have been noticed. Darth Gorbag for $8.88. Comic question from so-called toxic male. Who was better, sweet? All right, here we go. This is from another Nooner. Runaway Siren 940 for $2. Notice me, senpai. You have been noticed. I have no idea what I said there. Darth Gorbag for $8.88. Comic question from a so-called toxic male. And you are not, even for asking a question like this. Who has better sweater puppies, Emma Frost or Vampirella? Well, I think that's a very good question. I think that is up for debate. That's something I might give to the panel tonight on Friday Night Tights, but I will say Vampirella has better sweater puppies than Emma Frost because Vampirellas haven't been greatly reduced for long periods of time. They tried it for a minute at Dynamite, the fucking sellout, bending the knee, knob-sucking SJW company that donates to violent organizations. But, yeah, Emma Frost has had a breast reduction, so sorry to say that. Darth Gorbag for $5.55. Capitalism is the ultimate form of meritocracy. It is. It is. Now, are we living in a form of capitalism now? Well, I think you and I are, but I think there's classes of people who live in different systems in this country, and there's a corporate oligarchy that's basically going on. So, a fascist corporate oligarchy. Brent, $4.99. Clip channel. The Quartering said a few days ago, Tim Pool has been an influence for him. Did the clip channel idea come from Tim? No. Joe Rogan. Came from Joe Rogan. But I'm going to do something a little, it's going to be a mix of what Tim does and what Joe does. And you will find out and see the new logo on Friday Night Tights. JWT6577 for $5. I drive a truck and I've seen half the country. Trump signs outnumber Biden signs by at least 3-1 everywhere. Same goes for here in North County. Now it's a little more red here than usual, but I saw my first Biden sticker yesterday. GN for $5. Tokyo, Japan is a model of public transportation. Yeah, that's my wife has said that. But I haven't seen it personally. You can pretty much get anywhere in that country by train and rail, except for rural areas, of course. Well, that's the big except right there. Except for you can get everywhere except for the places you can't. I don't want to go to cities, so I'll just drive my car. But that's, yeah, no, I've heard Melissa, my wife, loves Japan. Loves Japan. Blue Paladin 24 for $5. Hey, dude, have some exorcism stories for Exozone if you want them. Please, Blue Paladin 24. Send them to Gary at nerdrotic.com. Thank you very much. Manahar Rajan for $4.99. Trump 2020. I voted for Trump in 2016 and will vote for him this year as well as all Republicans. Yes. I think some Democrats are going to vote for him secretly, too. David Harvey for $25. By the way, I watched a bit of the debate, and Trump destroyed him. Listen, if these were normal times, I still think it's a landslide. It's a landslide, but these aren't normal times. There's shenanigans going on. And it's so out in the open right now. I was talking about it to Jeremy last night. We're going to play a video from a Seattle city council member that Memology put up yesterday. It's going to piss you off. It's going to piss you off as much as it pissed me off. David Harvey for $25. Grats to Mexican Iron Man. Welcome to South Carolina. Keep giving them heck, Gary. Truth, but they think it's heck. Yeah. Shout out to Drunk 3PO. I will keep giving them heck. The back bencher for $4.99. De Blasio and Cuomo are not up for re-election. Hence, hence the real flack from everyone. Oh, so they're in their final terms? Okay. I did not know that. Thank you for correcting me. Nicholas Horton for £5. Hail, Gary. Great Leaving California video. And another show you review returns next Friday, The Mandalorian Season 2. Yes, Nicholas, and I will be reviewing it live on the main channel. Reviewing it, I might be doing videos for that one, though. I might just do short videos for that one and do live on Nerdrotic Live. That's what I'm thinking of doing, since Star Trek turned out to be such shit, like nobody cares anymore. So from now on, I'm just doing live reviews for that, importing them to Nerdrotic Live. I'll do a season review. I'm doing things a little differently this time because I've already started it, so it won't be like Picard. Protege, thank you for the $5. Critical Ramblings for $5. Hail the fandom. Gary, any movie adaptations you prefer to the source material? I did a video on this and would be curious to hear your thoughts. Any movie adaptations that you prefer to the source material? Oh, that's a good question. Critical Ramblings. There are some, yes. Like Hellraiser. Anything by Clive Barker, really. I think his writing is terrible, but I think the movies are fun. The Shining, I think it's vastly superior than the source material. Vastly superior. Same goes for Altered Carbon, season 1. The first season of Altered Carbon is vastly superior to that horrible writing. I couldn't get into it. And there's more. Duran Jones for $5. Saw Above Majestic and Phenomenon. Awesome. Will there be Exozone tomorrow night? There was. Well, no, not last week, but yes, there was. We did one on the Harvey Zone. Okay, and here we go. And thank you, Billy Asher, for $2. Thank you for $5, Billy Asher. And Howitt, thank you for 5 PLNs. I greatly appreciate that. Let me go through there. And Billy Asher, thank you for $2. And Frank Frazano, thank you for $5. Grandpappy Fisk from the Inquisition. I guess we're going to have time for $5. Did you hear the rumor about Avery Brooks could be coming back to play Captain Sisko? How much apologizing do you think he'll have to do when he comes back? That's from We Got This Covered. It's not happening. No way. I mean, it would be great if like Kurtzman wasn't involved and you had the people involved who were running DS9 before. I would be open to it, but that ended. I mean, what are you going to do with that ending? I mean, I don't know. Oh my God, I'm trying to say this name. Anti-Derivative Jill. Anti-Derivative Jill, thank you for the black cat for $1.49. I used to have a black cat. His name was Zorro. I love that guy, man. Love that guy. He's currently buried in my backyard up in San Francisco, and I need to remember to move him. That's going to be fun. Exhuming my own cat. But it has to be done. I can't leave him there. What would I do with him? Should I bring him to Texas? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Hellrats 96 for $5. Mark my words, they'll use Discovery as a blueprint to rebuild Starfleet. They'll all use spore drives because no dilithium needed, future saved. Yep. I think they're working towards that. Something like that. I think they might jump around alternate times. I think that's, if you intelligently, well, never mind. Did I just say intelligently and related to fucking Star Trek Discovery? Give me a fucking break. Foulball Productions. What's up, brother? For $2. Yesterday's EFAP eviscerated The Boys Season 2. That's what I heard. I'm going to be on EFAP this Saturday. I don't know where. I think we're talking about Star Wars and stuff. Elite Spanker for $5. The salt must flow. Yes. Not the spice. Douglas Nelson for $5. The agenda stuff is merely cover for lackluster work on shows like Doctor Who. I think the lackluster work comes from the agenda, but overall it's just lackluster work and laziness and absolute laziness. Jimmy Soul for $5. Gary, my friend, at Odds Mods wants me to ask you the status of your 4th Doctor head that got sent back to the UK. Also, check out Marilyn Monroe Declassified. That's a good question. I got to check on that. I told the guy to resend it. Nope. It got sent back to the post office and it's lost in post office hell. That's why I try to tell people don't send signature only to this house. The mail guy is an idiot. I've got a sign pointing to where the front door is. He misses it. He's lied twice about leaving reminder notices. I caught him twice in the lie, but the post office just protects their own. They wouldn't do anything about it. So there's nothing I could do. I just said, okay, I'll just get my money back. I didn't yell at anybody. I just went, okay. Like, they are just so unhelpful right now. And, it's probably because of the COOF and all the other stuff too. But the American Post Office has always been pretty shitty, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be a private organization, but it's run by the government. That's why I prefer using UPS or FedEx, because they're just more efficient. Now, no offense to any post office workers out there. I'm sure you are great. I'm talking about just the one in this town. Never had any problems really with the ones up in San Francisco. But this one's been a problem. It's been a problem. But I try to keep in mind it's the COOF, so I don't yell at anybody. I just, kind of keep it to myself, my frustrations to myself. Gary, can I recommend a YouTuber and Who fan called Svi Lebetkin? I know Brown Gaijin. I know who he is. I've talked to him. He's been on my Fury the Whovians live stream. But thank you, Brown Gaijin, for $2. 200-watt studio for $2. Why not multiple humanoid life signs detected? Right? For Star Trek Discovery. It was just life because they're CW soap opera writers and they don't think that far ahead. Tracy Wilborn for $5. Picard meets Mikey Spock and the Discovery. Star Trek DP. Yes. Well, that's Discovery Picard or Deep Poop. I don't know. It seems like they are heading towards something like that. Spore Drive sends them to another time. They meet Picard. Fred W. Monzo for $2.99. Thank you very much. Phantom Boomer for $2. I meant STD. Yes. I understood that. Phantom Boomer for $2. DC signing Bobby Fuller 4 tunes. What? Really? I don't know. Super Blubberpuss for $2. Seen new UFO tape from Cali. How to send link. Email it to me at gary@nerdrotic.com. And no, I haven't seen it. I saw the wedding UFO from Arizona. And that's it, folks. That's it for the Super Chat Square Up. I'm going to read a couple letters, show a couple things. Be right back. From Will in the UK. Dear Gary, first of all, I would just like to say how much I enjoy watching your Nerdrotic videos on YouTube all the way over here in the UK. I am in full agreement with you over the woke approach to things like Star Wars and Doctor Who. I don't mind Star Trek Discovery as much. Calling the female lead Michael and depicting Tilly the way they do irritates, but I very much enjoy the parallel universe stuff with Lorca. I gave up on Abrams' Star Wars after The Force Awakens. I thought the scene where Han Solo dies was very badly done. I should have been gutted over that, but felt nothing as I sat in my cinema seat. The Death Star thing being destroyed in exactly the same manner as the previous two was laughable. I couldn't believe that they would build the third one with the same design flaw. Aren't the Empire thick? Killing Solo the way they did was fucking... I mean, they're paying for that now. You destroyed one of the best characters in cinema. Of course, being a Brit, I grew up watching Doctor Who, Blake 7, and the Tripods. Regarding that latter, I contributed 2 articles and coordinated pieces from actor Jim Baker and John Christopher's daughter, Rose Youd, to a Canadian-based semi-pro magazine entitled Chromaki. I think I'm saying that right. As you're a fan of British classic television, and I am, I have enclosed a copy. Should you wish to help promote it, please contact editor Bob Futnell at Pencil Tip Productions. If you feel like waving it around on YouTube and saying something nice, that would be lovely too. Thanks, Will. Cheers, Will. Thank you for the letter. I will do that. By the way, this is the magazine right here. The Cult of TP, the Tripod Special, Chroma key. There you go. Okay, this is really cool. I really wish I could read you this whole letter, but I can't. But what I can do is share the first paragraph. God, I wish I could share the rest. But he asked me not to. He says right here, what I'm about to share with you, please keep it between you and myself. And that's where I got to stop reading. So it starts out, hi, Gary. As a fan of your show, I have enclosed a picture of whom for both you and I was the best Star Trek captain ever. I'm going off memory here, so if I'm wrong, sorry. I used to like Picard quite a bit. Used to. Feel free to share the image and who did it for you. Now, somebody sent me this art. This art is by Patrick Barrett. That's Instagram.com/Patrick_Barrett_art. It will be linked in the description. That's all I can read from this email. Check this shit out. Dope. Mrs. Nerdrotic's going to steal that. Hell yeah. But thank you, person who sent me art from Patrick Barrett. I appreciate it. So we have a spectacular envelope that I'm covering up all the addresses for, but there's Cosmic Crater Girl and there is Silver Surfer. We have Space Ghost. That is awesome. Awesome. And they sent me these two stickers, which will go on my laptop or my car. I'm not sure which. This is awesome, though. Thank you. My phone's ringing. Tom from Tulsa said, Gary, congrats on your escape from L.A., San Francisco. It's okay. Hoping things for your family go well in your new base of operations and closing some cash for the channel. Keep the faith. From, this is again from Tom in Tulsa. Tom in Tulsa. And he sent me some greenbacks, some actual cash money. Thank you, dude. That is brilliant. You guys, I love you guys, man. I have no idea who this is from, so please shout out in the chat. Or maybe it says right here. No, it doesn't say, but it's called Wicked Joe Organic Fair Trade Big House Coffee, which is the only thing I can kind of have right now because I'm fasting. So thank you, person who sent me coffee and organic, and it's called Wicked Joe, and I'll let you know what I think. I'll let you know what I think of Wicked Joe's coffee. I imagine. Oh, it smells so fucking good. I'll like it. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. So this is from Brian. Brian in New York. Brian in New York. He sent me a little letter, handwritten. Oh, this is fucking awesome. Okay. Gary, saw this and I knew I had to send it your way. The perfect Nerdrotic mashup might be a bit big. Just shrink it. Enjoy, Brian. Skippy Fab. Skippy Fab. All right, let's take a look. That is awesome. I love it. That's so fucking cool. Again, beautiful. See that police box? I wonder if they're actually going to leave police on the box. I still think they're going to remove it. What do you want to bet? They're going to remove it. Thank you, my friend. You rule. Oh, the Electric Ferrets psychedelic punk rock band, color vinyl. Every day is record store day. And check this shit out. This is why people ask, why vinyl? Does vinyl really sound better? I don't fucking know, but the size, the packaging, nothing beats this shit. Not CDs, none of that crap. That's why I'm pretty much gotten rid of my CD collection, which are, quite frankly, always copies of copies of copies. Unless they're digitally remastered, they don't sound much better. I mean, it's good enough, okay? But I've got my little record player. I haven't even taken it out of my box yet here. And this is why I like the art. The art. And it's colored vinyl. So let's open it up and take a look. I'll just open up the sides here. Oh, shit. See? you get things like this. Oops. You get things like this. Cool as hell. And then, yeah. Fuck yeah. Can't wait to rock this and let you know what I think. Yeah, packaging is everything to me. And I will listen to this and I will let you know what I think on a nooner. So thank you very much. Electric Ferret song, side 1, Electric Ferret psychedelic punk rock band. Sgt. Pepper inspired intro song with Carnival Barker outro. Thank you, Greg, from North Hollywood, California. You rock, dude. All right, that's it. Time to get ready for Friday Night Tights. Going to go to the gym, clear my head, come back. Kurt Metzger, Ryan, a little bit of Quarter Black Garrett, some Tom. No Odin, but congratulations again to Papa Odin for, and Mrs. Movie Blog for giving birth to another young toxic white male. Of course, Comics Division is going to show up whenever the hell he wants, and who knows what else will happen. Jeremy will not be there. He's going to an undisclosed location and may check in with us later. See you all later. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the gifts. You people are brilliant beyond words. I cannot express my gratitude enough. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you for 300,000 subscribers, and I'll see you tonight.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.